Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about the concept of regression. So, for example, suppose you want to predict one value depending on n parameters. Okay, so you know the different attribute values. Okay, so from using that, you need to predict a new value. So for example, suppose you want to predict a house value, total house value, or a property value. So how will predict? How will measure that value? So based on what is the size of the site and on which area it is located. Okay, so then after that, what is the inbuilt area? So what are the equipments they have used in that building? So lot of parameters are affecting to predict the value of a house. So like that, or a building, anything. So to predict like that, to predict those things by using different parameters. Okay, so that one we will call it as a regression. Okay, so here the objective of this today's class is to we need to understand the basic concepts of regression and correlations. Okay, so correlation is nothing but the binding between the two parameters. Okay, so then after that, what are the key steps of regressions? Okay, so then next one is correlations and regressions. Th- Then after that, we will discuss about the relationship. Then we will discuss about different regression models and types of regressions, and finally we will discuss about the what are the advantages and disadvantages of regressions. Okay, so first thing is, what is regression? A regression, it is a well-known statistical technique. Okay, so it is before coming to that machine learning and artificial intelligence, this is the basic foundation block of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Okay, so it is we will call it as it is a well-known statistical model. Okay, so statistical technique to model the predictive relationship between the several independent variables and one dependent variable. So here we will predict the value of a house. That one will be the dependent variables. So all other parameters are, that is what is the build up area, so where it is located. Okay, so what is this size of the site. So all those things are nothing but those are all independent variables. For example, you need to predict a crop. How we will predict a crop? So for that, we will have a number of parameters: weather, rainfall. Okay, so then soil parameters, environmental parameters, pH value. So all those things, using all parameters, we will predict the crop. Okay, so that predicted crop is nothing but a dependent variable. So all other parameters, rainfall, weather, okay, so soil parameter, all those are independent variables. So that one we will call it as a regression model. It is a, that's why it is a statistical technique. Okay, so and it is used to predict the value of dependent variable by using n number of independent variables. Okay, so the objective is to find the best fitting curve for a dependent variable in a multidimensional space with each independent variable being a dimension. Okay, the objective of this regression is we need to find the best fitting curve for a dependent variable. Okay, so in a multidimensional space. Okay, so here, so we will have a n number of independent variables. So from that, we are finding the dependent variable. So that is, we are we need to find the best fitting curve in a multidimensional space for the dependent variables. So it means that, suppose suppose age. Okay, so if age is more, so then your weight is also more. Assume that. Okay, so then we need to suppose if you are writing a curve, so so you should be best fit for that. Okay, so in a multi-dimensional space. Okay, we'll discuss that one. Okay, so here space with an each independent variable being a dimension. Okay, for each independent variable we have a being a dimension, we need to find the best fitting curve for the dependent variable. Okay, so next one is, so what are the types of regressions? Sorry, key steps of regressions. Okay, the first thing is the key steps of regression. First thing is, we need to list all variables available for making the model. The first thing is, you need to list all the variables available in the model. So for the prediction of a crop, so first what you need to do, you need to list all the variables. So that is weather, rainfall, okay, so area of sowing, Okay, then pH parameters, soil parameters, what pesticides you are using. Okay, so like that, then after that, what is the consumption of water in that particular soil. So all those things first you need to list. Okay, so all variables. Okay, so first you need to list all the variables for making a particular model. Okay, so then after that, establish a dependent variable of interest. So from that, you need to establish the dependent variable. So I want to predict a crop. Okay, so that one I will make it as a dependent variable. Okay, and after that, visualize the relationship between the variable of interest. So if you use that particular variable, what is the how have you, what is the prediction of error. Okay, so if you are getting less error, okay, fine. Okay, so then what is the relationship between those two variables. Okay, so like that you need to establish the relationship, that is you need to visualize the relationship, okay, of variable, whichever you are interested, those variables you need to visualize the relationship. Okay, and after that, find a way to predict the dependent variable using other variables. Okay, so you need to find a way to get a value of dependent variable from other independent variables. Okay, so these are the four key steps. So first thing is, what we need to do, we need to list all the variables. Second one, we identify or establish the dependent variable. Okay, so then after that, visualize the relationship between the variables, and finally predict the way. So finally you need to predict way to predict the dependent variables. Okay, so these are the key steps for regression. Okay, so next one is correlations and relationships. Okay, so next step is correlations and relationship. So what do you mean by correlations and relationship? Okay, so here in statistical, relationships are about which the elements of data together, which one hang separately. Okay, what it will do is, statistical relationships are about which elements of data together and which one hangs separately. So here what it will establish, statistical relationship, it will tells the which elements data are together and which elements data are separate. So from that statistical relationship we will know about which data are, which elements data are nearer and which elements data are separate. Okay, so here how we will measure those, which elements that are you know uh, uh, together and which elements data are separate. So for that we will have a concept of relationship. Okay, so that is correlationship. So what is that correlationship? It measures the strength of the relationship between the data elements. Okay, so correlationship is the it measures the strength of the relationship. Okay, so it will measure the strength of the relationship, that one we will call it as a correlationship. Okay, so here in this correlationship it will be measured between 0 to 1. Okay, the correlationship will be measured between 0 to 1. So here 1 indicates perfect relationship. Okay, 1 indicates means there is a perfect 100% relationship. 0 indicates there is no relationship. Okay, so then that correlation value will varies from 0 to 1. It may be 0 0.6, 0 0.7, 0 0.8, 0 0.9. So if it is above 0 0.5 means the relationship is good. If it is less than 0.5, it will be relationship will be less. So when that correlation value is 0, there is no relationship. When correlation value is 1, there is a strong relationship between the variables. Okay, so there is a strong relationship between the variables. Those are the things. Next, what do you mean by regression? Okay, so we already know that we need to predict the value of dependent variable by using n number of independent variables. Okay, so given a two numeric variables x and y, the coefficient of correlation r is mathematically computed by the formula. Okay, so here how we will mathematically represents the correlation. Okay, so here we will have there is a two values. Okay, so that is the two variables x and y, we need to establish the correlation. So how we will establish the correlation, what is the formula for that? So here we'll have x bar indicates it will be mean of x, and y bar indicates it will be mean of y. So here sigma of a particular value of x minus mean of x into a particular value of y minus a mean value of y. Okay, so that multiplication, there are two things, and we are summation of all those things like that. So square root of sigma of x minus xi minus x bar whole square yi minus y bar whole square. We will discuss this one, how we will calculate. We will take an example. Okay, next class. After that, I will how we will uh, find the correlation. So we will, we'll take a five values of x and five values of y. So then after that, what is the correlation between those two things? We will discuss that in next class. That far, that problem part we will discuss later after this theory part. Okay, so this x bar means x, mean of x, and y bar means mean of y. So that one will be the sigma of xi minus x bar whole square, sorry, xi minus x bar into yi minus y bar divided by square root of xi minus x bar whole square sigma yi minus y bar whole square. Okay, so this is the formula of regression. So then what are the different types of relationship? Okay, so first one is linear relationship. What do you mean by a linear relationship? The linear relationship shows the strong relationship between the variables and x and y. There is a strong relationship. This means that whenever the x value is increases, y value will also increases. Whenever y value is increases, proportionally x values will also increases. Okay, so that one we will call it as a linear relationship. Okay, proportionally the y value is increases with x. So it means when x value is increasing, obviously the y value will also increases. See, here we have time and cost. When time increases, the cost is also increases. Okay, the time also, when your time is increasing, the cost is also increasing. That is a parking lot. Okay, you are parking your vehicle in a parking area. So what happens if time is more? Then obviously the cost of the particular okay, the cost of that particular thing, parking is also increases. So usually assume that for a 10 minutes, for 5 minutes it may be $40. Okay, for 10 minutes it may be $60, and 20 minutes it may be $90, and sorry, $100. Okay, for 30 minutes it will be a $140. Like that. Okay, so whenever the time is increases, the cost is also increases. That is a parking. That is an example of parking charges. Okay, so it means, okay, so whenever x value is increases, obviously the y value is increases. That one we will call it as a linear relationship. Okay, so that one we will call it as a linear relationship. Whenever this means that the value of y increases proportionally with x. Okay, the linear relationship shows the strong relationship between the variable x and y. This means that the value of y increases proportionally with x. Okay, so this one we will call it as a linear relationship. Next one is curvilinear relationship. What do you mean by curvilinear relationship? When y value is value of y is decreases proportionally with x. It means when value of x is increasing, y value is decreasing. Okay, so value of x is increasing, y value is decreasing. Linear means when value of x is increasing, y value is also increasing. So curvilinear means when x value is increasing, y value is decreasing. When y value is increasing, x value is decreasing. Okay, this curvilinear relationship is an inverse relationship, which means that the value of y decreases proportionally with x. See here, this is one example. So here time exhaustion, okay, 20, 40, 60 minutes. So here, what happens in 20? So it will be, the value will be 6. So when it comes to 40, the value will be less. Okay, it may be 4, and when value will be 60, it will be 2. So like that, whenever the value is value of x is increasing, y value is decreasing. That one we will call it as a curvilinear relationship. Okay, so that one we will call it as a curvilinear relationship. Okay, that is the second one. Then come to regression model. Okay, So here, how we will represent the regression model? So this regression model is described using a linear equation. Okay, so regression model which is represented using a linear equation. So here the we will represent that one is y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 into x plus epsilon. Okay, so here y is the dependent variable and x is the independent variable. Okay, so here y is the dependent variable, so we will predict the value of y by using the value of x. Okay, so x is the independent variable and to predict the or we will call it as a predictor variable. So what are that beta naught and beta 1? Beta naught, beta 1 are the constants. Okay, so x is the independent variable, beta naught and beta 1 are the constant, and epsilon is the random error. Okay, so epsilon is the random error, beta naught and beta 1 are the constants. Okay, so beta naught, beta 1 are the constants and epsilon is the random error. And so for example, I predict the house price from the size of the house. Okay, so here when size of the house is increases, obviously the house value will also increases. Okay, so that is x is nothing but a size of the house, y is nothing but a house price. So beta naught, beta 1 are the constants and epsilon is the error rate. That is a random error. So like that we will represent the regression model. This is linear regression model. So linear regression model is nothing but a whenever x values increases, y value is also increases. Okay, so what are the different types of regressions? Okay, so there are three types of regressions. So first one is linear regression. So here there is linear regression. So we already discussed a linear relationship, na? So that is same thing. When the relationship between the variables is linear, at that time linear relationship. It means when a x value is increases, y value is also increases. That one we will call it as a linear regression. Then non-linear regression. What is the non-linear regression? If the relationship between the variable is curvilinear. Okay, so for the regression model, so if the x value is increasing, y value is decreasing, that one we will call it as a non-curvilinear relationship. When the variable relationship is non-curvilinear, so at that time we will call it as a okay, so that one curvilinear, so at that time we will call it as a non-linear regression. Next one is third one is logistic regression. Okay, so it measures the relationship. Logistic regression is nothing but it measures the relationship between a categorical dependent variable and one or more dependent variables. Okay, so here we will use the concept of categorical variable. Okay, so here for example, so here this logistic regression might be used to predict whether a patient has a given disease, that is exact diabetes, based on observed characteristics of the patient. So this age, gender, mass of index, blood test, these are all nothing but a categorical variables. So when you are using this type of variables, so here category the value is fixed. It can't uh, it can't change. It not continuously increasing. Okay, so here age it will be 25. That is fixed. Gender is male or female. That is fixed. Body mass index, result of blood test. So all those things are the values are fixed. It's not increasing or decreasing. So those things we will call it as a categorical variables. So when you are using that categorical variance, so we will call it as a logistical regressions. When you are using these categorical variables as a dependent variables. Okay, that is it measures the relationship between the categorical dependent variable and one or more dependent variable. Okay, so that one we will call it as a logistic regression. So then what are the advantages of regression models? Okay, so we have discussed that what are different types of relationship and what are different types of regression also. So then we will discuss about what are advantages of regression model. Okay, so regression models are easy to understand as they are built upon basic statistical principles such as a correlations and least square error. So here these regression models are very easy to understand. Okay, so these regression models are very easy to understand as they are built upon basic statistical principles. Okay, so here because of they are built on basic statistical principles. So why you are telling this is regression model is a basic foundation block of statistics. Okay, so when you want to go for that machine learning or advanced techniques like machine learning or artificial intelligence, this regression model is a basic building block. Okay, so here it is are built upon basic statistical principles such as correlations and least square error. Okay, so correlations is nothing but the relationship between the two variables. We measure the correlation based on relationship between the two variables and least square error. Okay, for each one we need to find the for each variables we need to find the least square error. Which one is having the least square? We will select that variable. Okay, so these regression models provide simple algebraic equations that are easy to understand and use. So here, these regression models are very simple, mathematical equations. That is y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 into x plus epsilon. So that is linear equations we have. So that is easy to understand. So in that y is the dependent variable and x is the independent variable. That's all. Okay, the strength or goodness of fit. Okay, the strength of the regression model is the measured in terms of the correlation coefficients and other related statistical parameters that are well understood. So yeah, the strength of this regression model is nothing but a correlations and other statistical parameters. So these things are easily understood by any of the user. Okay, so the with the here we can easily can calculate the correlations and what are the to identify the correlation coefficients and other statistical parameters that are well understood by the user. Okay, so next one is regression models can match and beat the predictive power of the other modeling techniques. See here, so these regression models can match and beat predictive power of other modern techniques. So we may have a number of model, predictive modeling techniques are there. So when you compare all those things, the regression model is the best one to predict the future things. Okay, we have predict the variable values. Okay, then regression models can include all the variables that one wants to include in the model. So these regression models can include all the variables that one wants to include in the model. So you can include all the variables. Okay, okay, suppose if you have a 10 variables, you can include in your model. So that one is called a multilinear regression. Okay, so that you a number of independent variables you can include in your regression model. There is no use at all, there is no restriction at all. Okay, so but the thing is you need to select which one is the best variables to predict. That is very very important. Then regression modeling tools are pervasive. So a lot of regressions models are available. Okay, tools are available in real world. Okay, you may go for to a number of tools are available, you may select any of these things. They are found in statistical packages as well as data mining packages. This regression tools are available in statistical packages also in and also in data mining packages. It may be in Anaconda framework. Okay, so in Python also you can use in R programming. All statistical whenever you have statistical tools, it may be SAS. Okay, so all those things you should be easily you can, it is available, it has a pervasive and this lot more tools are available. So these are the advantages of regression model. Then what are the disadvantage of regression models? Okay, so here this regression models cannot cover for poor data quality issues. Okay, so when data quality is very less, so when the poor data quality, so at that time this regression model cannot cover at all. Okay, it won't go when data quality should be high when you are using the regression model. A regression, next second one is regression models suffer from collinearity problems, meaning strong correlation among the independent variables. It's collinearity problems if there is no a relation, if there is no strong relationship between the variables, then your predicted value will be where we may contains error. So it means the whenever you are using the relation or regression models, the relationship should be more in independent variables. Okay, there is a strong correlation present in independent variables. Okay, for example, you are predicting the crop, so in that you can use weather, rainfall, soil parameter. If you include there is less correlation between those two things. Okay, so it may be you can take some other extra parameters which are not relevant to that crop prediction. So then you may get error. So that is when you are using a regression models, It should be a strong correlation between the variable, independent variables. That is very. Then regression models can unwidely and unreliably if a large number of variables are included in the model. Okay, so it will be when more number of independent variables are included in the regression models, at that time the models can unwidely and unreliable. Okay, so it becomes unreliable. That's why whichever has interest, relevant, thus that variables you should include. Okay, so that's why if 10 parameters are there, don't include all 10 parameters. If it is important and there is a relationship is more, so that variables you should include in the model. And next one is regression models do not automatically take care of non-linearity. Okay, they won't automatically take care of non-linearity. If there is a present in non-linearity in the variables, it won't take automatically. Doesn't take automatically. That is one problem. Then regression models works only with numerical data, not with categorical variable. So here, only in that logistical regression we are having a categorical variable. Okay, but it work. This regression models, work only with numerical data. Okay, so here usually because we need to predict the independent variable. Okay, so value of dependent variable by using independent variables. So here that if we have a categorical variable, but that value should be a numeric, so then only we may predict us. Otherwise, if you have a age is 32, okay, fine. So blood test is it may be in if it is in numerical values, we can do something. So otherwise, so it is work only with numerical data, not categorical data. Okay, so these are the advantages of regression model. Okay, so this is the summary of regressions of this today's class. So we have discussed about what do you mean by regression and what do you mean by correlations and what are the key steps of regressions. Okay, so in that we need to select first list all the variables. Okay, so then after that select which one is dependent variables. So like that establish the correlation between those two things. Okay, those are the key steps of regression, and we will discuss about discussed about correlations and regressions. What are the relationships we have discussed, and what are the regression models we have, and what are the types of regressions. Okay, so that is linear and non-linear. Okay, so that is curvilinear, all those things, and types of regressions we have discussed, and advantages and disadvantages of regression. Okay, so this is the things we have discussed in this today's class.